Fully Mobile is a series that I created to show that you can do anything on old school RuneScape mobile. Starting as a fresh ironman, our journey has led up to this point, taking on RuneScape's biggest challenges. The Chambers of Xeric, the Theatre of Blood, and the Inferno, all while being restricted to a mobile phone. The time has finally come. Now before we start the Alchemical Hydra, I'd like to complete the Kourend and Kebos Elite Diary. This will allow us to wear our Pegasian boots instead of the stone boots, which will increase our DPS just a little bit, and we get to flex on all the normies who haven't completed the diary. And the first task on the list is to chop some redwood logs. This requires 90 wood cutting, but we have access to a lot of spicy stews, and so 85 will suffice. We currently have 82, and so we only need 3 more levels in order to achieve 85, and we're about to get 83 right now. Lovely, couple more levels to go. And then we have 84 wood cutting, only 1 more level. This is all AFK, it's great. I love AFK stuff, this is what mobile was made for. Here we go, coming up to 85 wood cutting. Please amp yourselves up, it's going to be fantastic. There it is. 85 wood cutting. We now can boost in order to get 90 wood cutting and chop down some redwood logs up the big ladder. Let's go and have a try. Oh boom, +5 already. I knew that was going to happen. I knew it was going to take ages to chop a log. I could have either have pushed through to try and get some logs and risk losing the level, or I could have logged out to try again. Would you believe it? I lost the +5 boost. I logged in and I had 89 wood cutting and I was like, how? I swear to God I logged out before it went down from 90. I know they changed a few things around with holding boosts. I think they knocked it down to like 12 seconds or something like that. But in any case, the diary is finished. On to the next. Now the next task on the to-do list is to make some blood runes. That involves training rune crafting, as you can see in the background. And that is 71 rune crafting. So we're at the ZMI altar. We're going to make some random runes. So we need to get to 72 because we can boost again with spicy stews from 72 to 77. Now this is going to be the final trip before we get 72 rune crafting. It's been an absolute adventure. If you're going to do this yourself on mobile, I recommend that you join the world where everyone's doing it, because that means you can follow them through to the altar, which is pretty handy. There we go. 72 rune crafting. It wasn't as painful as you think it would be. I had minimal fun, however, but it was great. I had a good time. We have the required rune crafting level in order to boost with some spicy stews to 77 to make a blood rune. Now we don't need to boost again for a while, which is a bit of a relief, but we've finally completed this portion of the diary. There's not much else to do actually. Just making an Apatol teleport, pretty straightforward, pretty easy task. It's just a pretty high magic level requirement. We've got something like 98 magic, so we're fine. That is the longest death animation I've ever seen in my life. That's Skatizo murdered. That's another task, all finished. I think we just have to kill the Alchemical Hydra once with stone boots to complete the diary, and then full steam ahead. Okay, I'm gonna come clean with you guys. I did die prior to this kill. Oh, I'm disabled. I'm so disabled. But it was my first time ever trying the Alchemical Hydra. We managed to get through it, the second time around, which is good. But that's the diary completed. All the elite tasks are finished. We can go and see her. She's going to give us Rada's Blessing 4. And that means we can start our grind with the Alchemical Hydra. Our main goal is to get the Claw. The Claw is number 1 priority, because we want the Dragon Hunter Lance in order to take it into raids and melt Olm's left hand. There we go. Rada's Blessing 4, the new best in slot prayer scroll. That's +2 prayer. Not only can we use our Pegasian boots against the Alchemical Hydra, we also have, which is going to be so helpful, unlimited teleports to Mount Karum. I'm excited. I'm really excited. Oh yes, the first unique at kill count 23, the Hydra's Eye. That is the first of 3 pieces to the Brimstone Ring. Overall really fun, I love this boss. It's like a 1 rotation Zulrah basically. Hello. Hydra's Tail. This is used for the Dragon Bone Necklace, which we will eventually get from Vorkath, but not so useful for us now. I got really excited there. I thought that was the claw, but it's actually the fang. That's the second part of the Brimstone Ring. That's not bad. 1 more to go to complete the Brimstone Ring, which would be pretty good for raids. It's a great all-rounder ring, and it also has some sort of magical defense lowering capabilities. It's always good for the mage hand at Olm, I guess.
You got me like
Oh wow, that's the heart. Yes, yes, we just completed the Brimstone Ring. That's awesome. That is going to be so handy for raids. Let's go make it, shall we? All we need to do now is combine the Hydra's Eye, Fang, and Heart together in order to make the Brimstone Ring. I'm so glad we completed this. We haven't got anything else though, apart from the tail. Oh, that looks fantastic. Onwards and upwards, it's time to get the claw. Oh, yes! The Hydra's leather. I was thinking to myself, that looks like a really strange black D-hide top. And it turns out that it's the leather. That's awesome. We can go and make the Ferocious Gloves, which are the best in slot for melee. Time to put the leather into the machine. I'm quite sad that it's not a sewing machine or anything like that. It's just a weird looking piece of equipment. But there we go, look. Ferocious Gloves. Oh my god. I'm going to be honest, they look so dope. So dope. There's something really cool about asymmetry. I love how both of the gloves are different. That is so cool. Awesome. Oh my god, I got the hits! This is an awesome drop, but I need 1000 Slayer points in order to even use it. And I've absolutely demolished my Slayer points trying to get these Hydra tasks. So I have to put that on the back burner, but hey, we've got the heads and it's 1 in 256, I think.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
Oh my god. It's the claw. I was afraid of going dry for this, and there it is. I almost can't believe it. What was the cookout? 668. We are finished with the Alchemical Hydra. That feels so good. Yes. Yes. Oh. Let's put this bad boy together. You need to combine the Alchemical Hydra's claw with the Zamorakian Hasta, which we got from Krill. You put these two together to make the Dragon Hunter Lance, which is the best in-slot melee weapon for raids.
It's all about humanity. About humanity.
I love this weapon. It just looks so fucking badass. So badass. This thing is going to melt rune dragons. We need to upgrade our rune crossbow, sorry Swampletics, to a dragon crossbow. We can go to Lithcrin and absolutely destroy rune dragons now. So here we are in Lithcrin, trying out some rune dragons. The idea behind this is to upgrade the rune crossbow to the dragon crossbow, which means we need to get the dragon limbs, which is dropped by rune dragons and also adamant dragons, but the rune dragons have the higher drop rate at 1 in 800 kills. I don't think there's a way to track kills for rune dragons. I may be mistaken, but I'm not aware of it. The way I'd like to track my rune dragon kills is to take note of how many rune bars I have in the bank, and because I get 1 rune bar per kill, which I will be picking up and taking back to the bank, that'll be a fantastic and pretty ingenious way of keeping track of how many rune dragons I kill. If we're lucky, we may get a draconic visage as well, which I believe the drop rate is 1 in 5,000. So let's absolutely crack into it, see what we can get, and pray that we're not here for a long ass time. This is confirmed the worst rune dragons trip I've ever done in my entire life. We are only going to get 3 kills. 3. Yeah, a whole inventory of anglerfish. It was just like back to back 28s, 30s. He was hitting every single fucking healing spec you can think of. It's just been an absolute gauntlet. Look, and he's still fucking going. He's still steamrolling me. And I've only managed to get 3 kills. God help me. Okay, well, it's not an amazing unique, but it is a unique anyway. The Wrath Talisman. This means we can make some Wrath runes if we want to, but the only use that I can think of is Ice Demon in raids. We just got the Dragon Limbs. Look at that. Beautiful. I'll check the rune bar count, but I'm pretty sure it's around the 500 mark. Haven't killed very many. That's great. I wanted this to be sort of like a quick thing that I could do in the background because I'm currently on holiday. I can't raid because I really want to make the most of my time down here. Relaxing, drinking beer, just taking my mind off everything. It's great. And we have rewarded ourselves with some Dragon Limbs. Let's go put this together. We need a piece of meat, and Lumbridge is a good place because it's got a spinning wheel, and B, it's also got some cows across the bridge. And we can completely murder them in this well overpowered gear for cows, and make ourselves some sinew, which we can spin into a crossbow string, attach it to, I think it's a magic stock, and then make a beautiful dragon crossbow, which has, I think, +4 range over the rune crossbow, and it's also got a spec. I'm not going to really use the spec, because there's so many other better specs out there, like the Dragon Warhammer spec, the Dragon Pickaxe spec for the Guardians, and Blowpipe spec for healing. I don't know why I'd use the spec, but it's just because it looks cooler. That's why I did it. It is time to put everything together to make... Oh wow, this guy really wants to be in the video. He's giving me Twisted League flashbacks. It is time to put the limbs on the stock, and then the crossbow string onto the crossbow itself, and make ourselves a fantastic looking item. And this is going to be great for raids. Now, you may be wondering how raids are going. They're going so well. I'm finally starting to get the hang of things, and our raid times have plummeted. We're now getting times falling in between the 20 to 30 minute mark, which is pretty good for a raid, especially when you've got me on your team. I mainly raid with O2 Slow and Slayer Pirate. Those are the 2 people who I really enjoy raiding with. I have raided with a lot of other people. I just found that I click with these guys. We're in the same country, which makes finding worlds a lot easier. We don't need to compromise between 2 areas, so it makes it pretty straightforward. I'm the type of person who likes things to be nice and neat, organized, and in the same video, and so I'm not going to be showing any raid stuff in this video. I had a bit of feedback that the last episode was a little bit too long, and I absolutely agree. 30 minutes is a long time, a really long time. I want to try and aim to keep episodes under 20 minutes. Reaching the target of 20 minutes is a lot of editing time. Just to put things into perspective, the Hydra video that you just saw alone took more than 30 hours of editing. I kept track of my hours just because I wanted to know how long it actually takes to make a segment like that. Granted, it was probably one of the most complicated segments I've made. There was so much footage that Sony Vegas had to store in the RAM that my computer just constantly kept crashing. I'm not sure if you noticed, but that 7-minute segment, I had to have it in 3 different projects because the RAM would just max out and it would just keep crashing. There's these little splices which I just couldn't get to line up when I was doing the final render pass. And I'm a bit upset about that, but that's what happens when you're dealing with so much footage. The Hydra footage was, like, I'm not even joking, I filled up my phone twice. My phone has 80 gigabytes of memory. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. I guess that's just a little bit of information on what goes on behind the scenes. It's a lot of work to get through, and I'm aiming to get videos out as regularly as I possibly can, but I mean, I get a few setbacks. There's some things which I can't avoid, but I hope you understand. Next video, I promise you we'll be getting into raids. As I said before, I like to keep things grouped in the same video. That's not to say that we haven't been raiding. I've been raiding as much as I possibly can given my schedule. I've been prioritizing this video just to get it out because I know it's been a month and a bit since my last video. And because the Chambers of Xeric is such an amazing piece of content, I wanted to do it justice by giving it its own video. And I hope you're excited for it. As always, thank you so much for watching. It's always nice to see you coming back for another video. If you haven't subscribed to me, the button's right there. I can see you eyeing it up. It's just one click of the mouse. Look after yourself, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.